Well, you signed with Sun Records this year.
Sun Records.
And
wonderful Shelby Singleton.
Yeah. How did you came in touch with him?
I came in touch with them about a million years ago.
Okay.
When they hired me back in the early days of Sun and early days of doing David Allen Coe sessions and an artist back then named Paul Smith and so they had several great artists on their label back 35 years ago, and they'd hire me to come in and be on the sessions. Harper Valley PTA was done there, and a big song, and Jeannie, forgot who had Harper Valley PTA, but anyway. So I was just doing sessions as a side man, and I really liked the producer and the president of the company. Back then it was Sun Records Nashville, and Shelby Singleton was the whip-cracker, the owner and producer and so on. And he was just, I always found him to be a wonderful human being, a good person, and for some strange reason he put up with me and liked me. So many years later, say about 3 years ago, I had some things out when I was talking to my wonderful publicist, and I said, well, we've got to get these things on a label somewhere, somehow. He said, well, in this day and time, in this country, in America, it's hard to get instrumentals placed. I said, well, it isn't. I said, overseas, people are still listening and liking great instrumentals. He said, yeah, we've got to get them over there somehow. He said, we've got to get this out. And I said, that's exactly right. So he said, think about who we could take it to. And we tried 2 or 3 different labels in mind and made a couple phone calls. Tony Brown was a friend of mine. I called Tony and he said, no instrumentals. And I called a couple other people and said, well, we love them. We know they're great, but we just don't do instrumentals. So I thought, well, I need to go maybe see Shelby Singleton. I was kind of holding him off because he was a friend. I was holding him off as kind of a last resort. So my publicist, Larry, says, well, you better get down there and talk to him. He said, that's a chance for you. So I went by one day and, well, had breakfast with Shelby one morning because of another great producer, Maryland, a producer named Ray Baker that produced Ray Price and Merle Haggard and many other great artists. He said, well, go down there and have breakfast with Shelby. He said, he'll talk to you. So I had breakfast, and it was just a wonderful old meeting to see Shelby again. I said, Shelby, I've got some CDs that I've cut, some instrumentals that I really think are very good. I mean, I use the best studios, the best musicians, best arrangers, best of everything. He said, well, bring them by, I'll listen to them. So I brought one by, listened to it, and he said, well, you said it was Memphis blues. He said, it ain't too blues. He said, you said it was rockabilly. It's not rockabilly. I said, but do you like it? He said, oh yeah, I like it. He said, but it's not rockabilly. Well, I said, I have some country CDs that aren't country too.
Okay.
And I got some jazz that aren't really jazz. He said, well, I like everything you've done. He said, bring me about 4 of them when you hear them. So I took him 4 of them, and he said, sign here. Technically, he said, we'll get up on iTunes, and we'll...
You're now on Amazon too.
Yes.
And the good thing is it's available in Germany on Amazon too. So you have the next country where your CDs are available now. But what I know is you have several CDs released. What do you think? Which one is your personal favorite and why?
Rhythmatic, because it cost me $1 million to produce it.
Oh yeah, there's a story behind it. I know.
Yeah. And then again, I have a brand new, kind of a jazz standards, soft jazz, not really jazz, but it's a standards album. that I like very much. And then, of course, I got 3 or 4 country albums that I really, really love, that I really like. One I did after my old boss, Ray Price, took a bunch of his songs and his musicians and recorded in the studio where his was recorded. And it's called Priceless, because since he isn't there, it's priceless.
Okay.
So, and then I have several other country things that are good. Anyway, go ahead.
By the way, you're the only steel guitar player I know which have a huge fan base of steel guitar players who likes to play like the same style you play. And how do they have a chance to learn how you play steel guitar?
Oh yes, I play steel guitar shows now, and other people on the show that are like from the local area will play before me, and they'll play my instrumentals, a lot of them, very much like I play them. And then they'll come up afterwards with a big smile and say, how'd that sound? I'll say, just like me.
Okay.
And they'll say, good, that's the finest compliment I can get. But of all my CDs, I have track versions of the CD, where it's just the whole complete CD, but without me.
Okay.
So they can buy the CD, listen to it, and then they can play along with me instead of me on the CD.
I know that you have some teaching DVDs too. Where's our videos?
Okay, sure have. I've got about 20 of those, 20 teaching videos.
Are they available at Amazon too, or just only at steelguitar.net?
Right now they're just available at steelguitar.net, just because we haven't found an outlet for them yet. You know, because it's our fault that they aren't. Right now they're available through www.steelguitar.net or sales@steelguitar.net.
So that's your address to where people can ask you stuff?
Yes. Yes, it is.
What was the biggest challenge in your life when you think back?
This interview.
Oh, thanks.
Challenge in my life. Actually, I've been probably the luckiest steel players in the world. I haven't had many real challenges. There was a